Hey there, this is Travita. Welcome to Cups and Conversation. I'm so glad that you have joined me today. I pray that you're having the best day that you can possibly have. Well, for today, I have a cup and ta-da! It is this cup. It's an insulated cup, and I love it. It has a screw top. Now, this is the first cup that I have that has a top that's like this, but it screws like this and just lifts up, and it has a spout. So that's kind of neat. What can I say about this cup? I love it because it's lavender. So that was the first thing that drew me to this cup. It definitely stays cold, so I can put my water in here and keep it over here on the side, and it'll stay cold for the whole day. And I love that. Well, today I wanted to talk about questioning God's call. Questioning God's call. Wow, that's a big one, isn't it? Do you ever question God's call? I know I have. There's so many things that He's called me to that I tend to question. I question motherhood. I question call to homeschooling. Should I be working? Should I not be working? Can you homeschool and work? And so today I just kind of want to share my story of God's call on my life and kind of how I came to that decision. I remember I was in a Bible study. It was about Gideon, and it was a nighttime Bible study. It was the only time I could do it because I was so busy during the day with my young children. But I was like, I've got to get out. I've got to get into a Bible study and meet some other women. So I started going to this nighttime Bible study about Gideon. And wow, Gideon is a lovely story. It's found in the book of Judges in chapters 6 through 8. And it just talks about this man who was kind of shy, sheepish. It seemed like he didn't really want to stand up and kind of protect his little hometown that kept being invaded by the Midianites. And so the part of the story that really spoke to me was he was actually hiding in the wine press, which is kind of like down in kind of a valley. And he was threshing wheat down there so that the Midianites wouldn't see him. And while he was down there, God came to him. The angel of the Lord came to him and spoke to him and said, "Rise up, valiant warrior. You're going to go and you're going to attack the Midianites." And he was like, "Oh no, not me. You must be talking to the wrong person." You know what I mean? You must be talking to the wrong person. And he asked God for several, what do you call it? Proofs that God was actually speaking to him and that this is what the Lord wanted him to do. And God gave him proof after proof after proof. This is you. Rise up, valiant warrior. You can do it. Some other translations is "the Lord is with you, mighty warrior, valiant warrior, strong warrior, courageous warrior." And I just love all of those because if I put myself in Gideon's place, am I hiding out? Was I hiding out? You know what I'm saying? And I was. And I remember God spoke directly to my heart and said, "You are going to homeschool your children." And I was like, no, can't be me. And that next verse was like, "The Lord is with you. Rise up." Yes, I mean you are going to do this. And it was like the Lord spoke it to my heart. It was so loud. If it was audible, it would have been screaming. That's how real it was to me. And I was like, how am I going to do that with all the things that I have going on? And at that point, I didn't have all 4 children. I don't remember how many I had at the time, but I know I had one that was going to be going into kindergarten. So, wow, that was a big call on my life. And I don't recall, and it's been 13 years or 12 years later. Well, actually, that's not true because kindergarten, you're already 5, right? So, like 8 years later, I have yet to get another call to say to stop doing that. And I have tried so many ways to not homeschool. I've tried lots of things over the years. My latest that I've tried is to put them in school, and then the pandemic happened and they were only in school for 1 week. And then right now I tried to put them in school and there's still a pandemic, and so they're doing virtual school. So, you know what I mean? I don't know. I know God called me to this, but it is a challenge, and I don't know how many of you can relate to this. I would love to get feedback on this topic, whether it be homeschool or whether it be some other difficult challenge in your life. Homeschooling is a challenge. Homeschooling is a challenge for lots of different reasons, and maybe I'll do a video one day on, what are some of the challenges of homeschool. But that was my call on my life, and I have to ask God sometimes over again, please, renew my joy, renew this calling that you have on my life. Remind me of why you called me to this and why you think this is a great idea. And he does. He's faithful to do that. So that is really what I wanted to talk about today. I would love to get feedback and hear kind of some of y'all's thoughts on what is a calling that you feel God has on your life that you might be questioning today. Well, I pray that you have the best day, and I'll see you soon.